Everybody's talking about the dollar takeover. Everybody's being like hyperly bullish. Everybody has 1,000 levels on the chart. Pretty much useless, garbage. You need to keep your charts clean. You need to keep things simple. My personal outlook: have a range high, you have a range low. You sweep the range high in March, then you sweep the range lows in April. You come into the golden pocket. You reject that as well. Then you have a move back down, make a deviation, you come back inside a range, backtest the range low. When you have a deviation, let's say to the downside in this scenario, you're looking to have a deviation to the upside. So since we came back into this range, we have been waiting for this deviation here to happen. I've been talking about this publicly multiple times. If you didn't pay attention and you didn't make money, it's your fault. If you connect the deviation pocket from that range high to the range low, we pretty much rejected this. We pretty much rejected this liquidity level. The DXY, if it closes the daily, maybe this one or the next one, however, if you have a daily close below this level, you can consider this as a failed auction. And when you have a failed auction, what do you target? Range low again. If you close the day below this level, you can look forward to this level right here. The other side of the coin is if you actually come above this level and you hold it, you can look forward to 110. Simple things. Everybody is waiting for that 110 right now, but you can clearly see on the daily candles that you don't have such a case. You put in that high on Tuesday, sweep that liquidity, today you backtest this. If you take a look on the 4-hour time frame, you can even add, let's say, a parallel channel as an uptrend. If you basically lose this parallel channel, let's say price does something like this, everybody that is being super bullish on the dollar, super bearish on the euro, same thing for the stock market and Bitcoin, is gonna get wrecked most likely. In my opinion, we're gonna end this whole year pretty much flat for the dollar. My bias since the beginning of the year has been that we're gonna see flat year for the dollar. The yearly open is right here, expecting us to close the year at a move back down. I'll look forward for us to close the year around these levels and then have another move back down. Keep your things simple and listen to the right people. Let's just check the EURUSD. Just hide all these things so they don't distract us. So if you take a look on the daily time frame, everybody's talking about these lows being swept right now, but you don't have such a data coming in. Here you have a liquidity level and here you have a daily level. The previous month closed above this monthly level and pretty much we have swept the previous month low. This could be a very good low on the medium and the high term time frame on the euro. If you're looking for this being like a good low on the high term, on the medium term time frame, what you want to see the euro doing is coming back above this monthly and holding it and then having another move up. And if this happens, you can pretty much look forward to retrace this whole dump. And by retrace, I'm talking about coming back above this monthly. We can be looking towards that area again, because you just swept all these lows, you have all these highs which you haven't swept, so we can see a fast recovery. We know if DXY forms this failed auction and then have this fast move down, you can pretty much expect the euro to have the fast move up. A lot of people would be caught off guard into this mini range. How do I define this range? A couple of things. That low to that high, the deviation pocket has held perfectly and you're back inside this range. So this low being backtest here, and they have been shorting ever since, and their stops are pretty much above this high. How do I know there's a lot of shorts as well? Using the fixed range that the point of control of this range is being back at the lows. If there's accumulation or distribution, it has happened at these lows. For key low or key high happening, I want to see a point of control either at the highs or the lows. I don't want to see it being in the middle, because if a point of control of a range is in the middle, this is not either accumulation or distribution, it's an evenly range. In this current scenario, you should be looking for an accumulation. And if this is accumulation, this is how it should look like in terms of volume profile. The next thing which you can do as well, you can be looking forward to the golden pocket, which is pretty much in the same place as 0.5 of this low and this high. And then if you check out the daily time frame, the Friday low of the candle is 1.05565. In my opinion, the euro is gonna be magnetized towards that area. I am into a long position already from a couple hours ago, and my position is also swing. If you don't have a current position, your best bet is either to wait for us to come back into this box, feel some of this imbalance right here, and from here you can be looking for a long setup towards that area. From here to here is about 60-70 pips. So we're gonna see how this plays out. Things are being very clean for the euro. If you have any questions, let me know. what we're gonna talk about is Bitcoin. I have been bullish on Bitcoin since the close of September. Now, if you take a look at the volume profile, we want to be looking this on the 4-hour time frame, so it can be very clean. Let me just delete a few things, actually hide them. Now, if you take a look at the fixed range and the volume profile of this whole section, we have had a long since 11th of September from 25.3. I want to explain the volume profile. You come into the point of control, you tap it, you fail to rotate to a value area low, you break out of value, you backtest that value pretty much perfectly on 4-hour time frame, consolidate below resistance, you form bullish divergences between these lows, you break to the upside, and I told everybody in the Discord don't short this move up, and then you actually backtest the monthly level. I do have longs from 27.3 on Bitcoin. There's a couple things which you should be aware of about BTC. On the daily time frame, if you check the daily time frame, you pretty much have backtested these wicks and these highs. We do have a daily level coming at 28k. The rejection here from that high was 28,582, perfectly. Next session point control, you can see the high here is 28.620. The rejection was from the next session point control. Explain something quickly. So if you take a look at the golden pocket from that low to that high, it has held perfectly. And in my opinion, on the high term time frames, I am looking forward for Bitcoin to come above 30,000 again. You can be looking towards 36k. However, there's a long time until then. Don't get that hyped about it. You should trade this whole section right here as a range. We have formed a bump and run pattern. You can view this. If you connect, it has 3 phases. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, even with the back test. This is a bullish bottoming pattern, so we're gonna see how this plays out. If the DXY actually turns around and the euro turns around, then the ES is gonna turn around, and Bitcoin is behaving very well right now. You should neglect this, in my opinion. Now, a few things which is gonna be next, and I wanna explain as well. The first thing which I wanna talk about is this mini range right here. The deviation pocket held perfectly right here. You came back inside that range, and at the moment you're pretty much at the upper side of the range, and this is not the place where you wanna be looking for longs. Bitcoin is gonna move up, and your best bet for this week would not to be bearish on Bitcoin. If you come back below this level, you can look forward to 26.3. The level has held perfectly, forming kind of a round bottom right now. You can be looking forward to 28k area. If you actually move above 28k, you can be looking forward to 29.3. Don't long the breakouts, long the back tests. Here, we don't long the breakout, we long the back test. Everybody in the Discord has been aware about this. Let's talk about ES right now. That's how ES looks out on the daily time frame. Pretty much I would like to mention about this gap right here. We had this gap. Yes, it got filled, but then they started longing, and we have been noticing some bearish CVD on ES, and that's why we got the drop. At the moment we're back below this daily level. A lot of the bears on ES are awake, but something they're not aware of. Let me just show you quickly. You can connect the deviation pocket from that high to that low, and currently we're sitting inside of it. We have swept these lows, and we have filled this imbalance area right here. And yes, this could be a good bottom for ES. Of course, you want to be seeing some confirmation before going into your swings, longs, or whatever. In my opinion, there's a couple things which you should be aware of. If you reclaimed 4,387, if you reclaim this level, you should be looking towards this. But at the moment, A, B, C, has it played out? Where is the one-to-one extension? Let's take a look. So yes, you can view this as A, B, C, or we can be waiting for a bit lower as well, or maybe 4,100. It's a potential in my opinion. However, even if you connect a Fib golden pocket from that low up to that high, let's take a look where it comes in. So yes, 4,100, and also the 1,618 is there as well. And in my opinion, your best case scenario in terms of a direction for ES is gonna be if you reclaim 4,400, if you reclaim this level. In my opinion, this could be a very nice bottom, and then we or you can be looking forward to 4,500. At the moment, you're back below this daily level, you have closed below it, this could be a back test, and then you can have another move back down. It highly depends on the DXY in my opinion. And also something else which you can do as well, let's check the fixed range. The first area which I would like to be reclaimed is this value area low. If you reclaim this value area low, look forward to the value area high and have a full range rotation. So if you reclaim this daily, look for a back test, look for a move back down into the value area low, and then the value area high. Pretty simple things, guys. If you have any questions, let me know.